Hi folks, I'm here with Solicitor General Doug Schweitzer. Just wanted to congratulate him on the passage of his Bill 25, which is the Protecting Alberta Industry from Theft Act. This is part of our government's action plan to crack down on the property crime wave that we have seen, which has hit rural Alberta especially hard. Doug, a lot of that property crime has been people stealing scrap metal in all kinds of different ways all around the province, vandalizing homes and businesses to sell it at scrap metal yards, often to get money to fuel a drug addiction, right? Tell us more about that.
Well, this initiative actually came right from Albertans. So when we did our town halls across the province, we heard from people from communities from Grand Prairie, Valley View, Drayton Valley, that scrap metal theft was just prevalent everywhere in their communities. So copper wire, catalytic converters, all this stuff is being stolen. And so we started asking questions as to, well, why is these types of goods being stolen? Because it's easy to monetize. They could monetize these goods. So what we did with this bill was we built on that concept to make sure we have greater scrutiny of how those transactions are handled, to make sure that we're holding our scrap metal dealers accountable through this process and have an ability to track it for law enforcement as well.
You know, I remember a couple of years back, there was actually some guy that went around prying off all the little brass plaques on the memorial parks, the benches around Edmonton, and even going to one of our parks that's commemorating our war dead and veterans, and they were prying brass plaques off, taking those down to the scrap metal dealers, turning it into money. And look, we don't want to say, look, our scrap metal dealers, those are good businesses. We want to appreciate what they do. It's a tough business, and we've tried to find the right balance here in a way that didn't add too much red tape for them, eh?
That's right. It's a database. Like if it was 20 years ago, this would be very hard to pull off. But with the technology that we have now, the ability to do these databases, I mean, if you go into grocery stores and you scan something, it's something that simple to make sure we track people, track these types of goods that are being stolen. But things too, it also creates safer work environments. We had so many situations where we heard from oil and gas sector folks where people are ripping copper wires out of active well sites, creating unsafe work environments. So this is designed too to help make sure we have safe work environments for Albertans.
Winning the fight against the crime wave in Alberta, it's a lot of different measures. Doug, you have a much broader strategy, but this is an important step forward.
This is a big part of it. I mean, we've got lots of things from getting more police officers, boots on the ground, but this being here is just kind of common sense policy that came right from Albertans.
Good. Well, good job. Congratulations. And the Lieutenant Governor should be signing this into law, I think, next week. One more measure in our effort to crack down on crime and keep Albertans safe.